Okay. We are live. Straight Politicking on all you ninjas. Straight Politicking episode 57. I'm Alex Alonso 101, and I'm sitting here with Munchie B, the mayor. And people been wondering where you been, Munchie.
I never heard it all. I got kidnapped. I heard.
Yeah, and let me fix your mic real quick. But I knew where you were at the whole time, and you weren't where they were saying you were at. Well, I shouldn't even say they. It was only, one or two. I only heard two people say you were somewhere where you weren't.
Yeah, I didn't get kidnapped, ran down on by the ops, or the feds didn't come get me. None of them little dumb little conspiracy theories they got or whatever.
And I guess people are really, I guess their whole life is consumed with the internet, YouTube, and social media because if you're not on there, then something's wrong.
Right. or if it ain't a quick enough rebuttal, you in jail or something. You know what I mean?
And I think that goes to this saying that I've been hearing a lot about people who are addicted to internet and social media is that people have to learn how to detach sometimes, take a break from it. Like, I don't know if you, when you're eating dinner or eating a meal and you're sitting at the table, are you one of the ones that you got your phone in one hand and you're eating with the other hand?
Yeah, that be me. And
Yeah, I kind of thought that might be you.
Yeah, I go to the bathroom and be scrolling still. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a rule that when we at the table, man, we don't bring the phones. They don't not bring no phones to the table where we eating at. You know, we got to detach.
That's a good habit to add to your lifestyle. Not to bring the phones to the tables or whatever. But I for sure be doing that, and I go to the restroom, be on the toilet and there just chilling.
Yeah, I think we've all done it. We've all done it.
Right.
Well, we got to detach. I will admit that when I'm by myself and my kids and my wife's not there to eat dinner and I made a meal for myself and I'm sitting at the table alone, I might have that phone on the table sometimes myself. But when we sit together as a group, as a family, nah, no phones. But
Well, if you put it like that, no. When I'm at the table with family, no. It don't be no phone right there. It don't be no phone right there. Or if I'm out to eat. You know what I'm saying?
definitely if you're out to eat. Can you lower my mic just a tiny bit? Just a tiny bit. But yeah, I think that there's some people that don't understand the detachment. And you detached on Friday because you had more important things to worry about.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to my honorary uncle Craig, man. Some known as Casanova. That's RedBull. Rest in peace. That's his dad. You know what I'm saying? So we was burying him, a repast. You know what I'm saying? It was like a party. Everybody was enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because the kind of dude he was, so everybody was real festive, and you know what I'm saying. And then I wasn't worried about all that. I was made aware that the page was gone. I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Then, and young and like, hey, I'm like, yeah, it's gone. I'm occupied with this though, so I ain't worried about it. I'll figure that out later. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I got to a camera, then you know what I'm saying, I broke it down, but I wasn't in no rush to go. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
No, you know what I'm saying? If it's gone, I guess it happens, bro. You start over. You know what I mean? But well, I didn't see why it was a big deal that my page failed. Cause I hear about people pages falling all the time. I'm like, and it never been a big deal.
Yeah, I bet YouTube probably terminates hundreds of pages a day
Right.
because there's millions of YouTube channels, tens of millions of channels, and people get terminated every day. Some people get terminated on accident, or I should say for an accident that the user did, such as you, purely an accident, and other people get terminated because they deliberately doing crazy stuff on their channel.
Right.
Let's briefly talk about that. I know you finally dropped your first video on your new channel, Morals Over Money,
Morals over money TV, no spaces.
and you went into detail about what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and I redropped the content that made it come down, but I fixed the particular part that made it come down. But basically, some information fell in my lap, and you know it was it was told to me that R&B, which is Wack 100 Queen, did porn, and then this cover, the thumbnail, the cover to the porn, you know what I mean, looked it very, she looked it similar. She, you know what I'm saying, to R&B. So, you know what I mean, how we get down, how I get down, how we get down on street TV, how I get down. We ain't just about to throw out no false narrative. So how I was gonna do it was, I'm like, cause we did our research. We took the girl's stage name. We found out the girl Baby Cake's real name. It started with an R, just like R&B's, but it's not her. Different last names, different ages. This girl is younger, and but they do look similar. Look like maybe she could be her little sister. A lot of people looked at it like, yeah, but we came to conclusion it wasn't her. So what I was gonna do was, I'm gonna still throw this photo in there, but I'm gonna, you know, let the viewers decide. Man, you think they look alike or not? You know what I'm saying? I did my due diligence. It ain't her, but hey, did she change her name? You know what I mean? I did the little content thing. So while doing that, we threw the picture up, but at the bottom, it's like you moving on to the next video, and the videos that was along the bottom of it was showing PUSSY and breast and male private parts, and it was negligence on my behalf and my engineer that did that. We let it fly and didn't crop that part out, and it was nudity. Didn't have nothing to do with Wack talking about he got 10,000, he'll give it back or give it to Snoopy Badass. Wack didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Snoopy Badass didn't have nothing to do with nothing. But I mean, whatever, take credit for what you want. But you know, I'm in rebuild mode, and then this new page going up. Money over morals, TV, no spaces. So you know.
So basically, the images along the bottom of the main image that you was trying to feature, which had nothing to do with the topic, but those smaller, I guess, smaller thumbnail images were graphic in nature.
It was graphic, man, and we fumbled and didn't crop it out. We just, you know what I'm saying? It was a mistake on our end, and yeah, it was showing PUSSY and other, you know what I'm saying, things that males enjoy to look at.
Yeah, that's the same reason why Gigi got her channel terminated in her live that she was doing a couple of months ago. But she lost a channel that was new. It wasn't really a huge loss. Whereas you lose a channel that you initially was building it with music, and then you just started recently building it with content.
Right. So when I started building it with content, it was growing. It was doing this thing. So you know what I mean. Shoot, I gotta start new. So I'm almost at 6K already with the new subscribers on my new channel. So you know what I mean. Everybody subscribe. Morals Over Money TV. No spaces.
So you probably got one of the quickest monetization approvals in some time.
Right.
It usually takes people a couple weeks, maybe a month, but it only just took you a couple days. That's it.
Man, like a day and a half.
Yeah.
A day and a half, I was monetized. So everybody tap in. We still got content coming. Ain't nothing stopping this buzz. It's like the 115 buzz down Manchester's gonna keep coming.
Okay, so on the same topic, what was this whole narrative about? You was in the studio, some people came in, you looked nervous, you looked shook, and then the page went down. That's the part that a couple people were running with that story.
It was a video that was being uploaded, but it was the wrong video being uploaded. So my management stopped the video like a minute into it because it wasn't the video that was supposed to go up. And then after that, maybe an hour later, then they said my page was down. So, or the looking scared thing, I don't know, because the video that was going up was an old video that's already been posted.
Yeah, so this was a pre-recorded video.
Right, it's pretty. I wasn't live. It was premiering. Like people just got weird narratives. I'm in the Feds and PC, all kind of.
Yeah, I've come to understand that there are a variety of platforms that are willing to push unconfirmed information that are just blatant lies, and they don't really care. They don't really care like what kind of damage. First of all, you were mourning the death of a very close, almost like family member person.
Right.
And while you're doing that, people are lying about you on the internet simultaneously.
It's crazy because the people that was with me all day Friday, like me, they wasn't paying attention to no phone. You know what I mean? So the next day they're like, "Damn, what they talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, some stupid stuff." Like you feel me? Like man, they hit me up. I'm like, "Nah, Munchie was with me." Or some people see me on other people's stories and stuff, but I wasn't posting on mine. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so let's get all the misinformation squared away. One, you were never live. It was a premiere, which is a pre-recorded video.
Right.
Okay, so if you did have a video where you were getting ran up on, jacked or whatever, you would have never posted that video. It makes no sense.
Right.
So I just think the narrative didn't make sense from the very beginning, but it was force fed to whoever was listening to it on YouTube. So it was a premiere. Second or third, you weren't snatched down because of any other person.
Besides myself, bro.
Yeah, other than you and I want to say you and your team.
Yeah. Right.
I want to put a little blame on your team. You got a couple people over there on the team. Some I know, some I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it fell through the cracks.
Right. You know, yeah, we fumbled.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Melvin, he want to take the credit for it. But if you, I mean, that's I don't know what you get out of taking the credit for that. But if you want to, that's cool too, I guess.
Hey, it doesn't. He's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Right.
All right. Well, you're back. You're back like you haven't missed a step because you're already monetized. Unfortunately, though, I'm not sure of whatever revenue you earned on the other channel, if they're gonna send that to you. Did you find out?
I was told it still come.
Okay.
But you know, shit, we'll find out when the day we get paid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel bad for what happened to you, more so because you lose all your legacy data from the music you've put out.
Right, the music video, where the homegirls at?
All of that. I'm more concerned about losing that than the content. The content can always be redone.
Right.
But you can't repost a video 5 years ago.
These music videos and stuff I recorded and stuff like that. Like even the content, I still got it. It's gonna be re-uploaded. You know what I'm saying?
Some of it might be dated though.
Yeah, but they go get it again.
They're gonna get it again regardless.
They go get it again, like the Mozzie thing, like that. That was at 60K. Like when the page went under, so people was tapping into did Mozzie get run out of Inglewood, and I cleared that up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that was gonna be probably your biggest video to date.
Right. That's gonna come. It's gonna be hashtag re-upload. So they don't be like, I'm telling you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last week when we had ODM Slim on,
Shout out ODM. Shout out my boy.
we talked about the rap news and street politics. No non-affiliate episode, the tuna episode, where he mentioned 3 platforms that were all in paperwork. And in the context of how he said it, No Jumper is in Big U's case. Kev Mack is mentioned in Lil Doc Done's case. Both of those are federal. Both of those are RICOs. Then Alex Alonso in Street TV, I seen him in some paperwork. And just for the record, I have never been mentioned in any federal case or any RICO case. I tapped in, had a cool conversation with the brother, and he admitted it. He admitted I'm not in any of that type of paperwork. He said he could have said it differently. He could have did it another way, and it is what it is, and that was it. I just wanted to get an understanding with bro. If I was like, hey, is there something I don't know? Is there a case out there that I'm in and nobody's talking about it? And it's no, I'm not in no RICO case. I'm not in no federal case. It's just cases where I am on the legal team. Simple as that.
Yeah, but it just sound bad when somebody say in paperwork. It don't sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't.
But
and we both agreed. Him and I both agreed on that. And I gotta admit, out of all the faceless channels, he probably does the best work, though. And I'm not a fan of these faceless channels. I want to know who you are.
He uses voice though.
Yeah, he uses his voice.
He uses his voice though, so that leave you a little bit. Somebody know that voice. You know what I'm saying? Out there that's listening.
Yeah.
So and then like I never really had no issue with none of the content he put out. Like, oh, he capped. But although the non-affiliate grades is a little off, but that's to each person discretion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very subjective, that whole thing.
So I'm gonna do my own reaction and play his grade, and I'm gonna say the grade I would have gave. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, cause Flacco deserve an F. Because if this is a non-affiliate, is it a non-affiliate report card or Tuna? Because Tuna is turned up non-affiliate.
I think he put non-affiliate and then he put Tuna in the parentheses.
You can't intertwine Flacco with Tuna, because Tunas don't mess with the police. He's a proud snitch.
Yeah.
So Flacco deserve. I mess with Flacco, but he deserve an F. He can't get a better grade than Almighty Suspect. But we're gonna get to that when I drop it though.
Okay. Well, I'm not in no paperwork. Never been in any paperwork, and hopefully never will be in anybody's case, any indictment, any RICO case, because I not that I'm doing anything wrong. I would feel bad about. I would feel bad about myself. Like, damn, this content got into a RICO case, or this content was identified in an indictment. That's I would just feel bad about myself, and I'm very confident on the information that I've posted. It wouldn't even be worthy of it. Now, if I would have interviewed Lil Docton the way Kev Mack did, and Lil Docton went on a tangent talking about murders and killings from back in the day, and then
that he was convicted for.
No, some of these were not. These were
some of them he wasn't.
They were open cases. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He got charged for 2 different murders after the fact, and if
based off what he said in the interview.
No, I wouldn't say it was based. I don't blame the content that Kev Mack did for his indictment,
because a snitch came forward about some old bitch, and that kind of corroborated what he said.
Correct. And we'll put him out there. A guy named Too Cool from East Coast Crip.
But I hate to do that because I think it's more than one. But if you from East Coast, you know which one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. There's many Too Cools.
Let's keep that in mind. Yeah. It's more than one Too Cool from 6ix9ine.
But he is a prolific informant. And he's a horrible person because he had underage charges with minors. He had some pimping and pandering. He had a bunch of charges that would have put him in the horrible category. So I don't blame the interview for the reason. There's no way that you can't. But nevertheless, they use it to promote their narrative, to their facts, to their version of events. That you got this guy sitting here on the platform talking about murders, and we're charging him with 2 murders, and these were open cases. And then a lot of people say that's Docton's fault. Docton know what he should talk about and what he shouldn't talk about. But once you get under the lights, once you got the camera lenses in your face, sometimes you go off on a tangent. And I feel, this is just me, I feel sometimes us as the creator, we got to sit there in the editing booth and say, you know what? I think I'm going to take that part out. That's just me. Obviously, that's not, most of us don't think that way. Because the part that I'm taking out, that's probably the most viral part of the interview. But I don't care about that. I'm taking that out. I'm taking out the most viral part of the interview. I'm taking out the guns and drugs and all that stuff. I'm taking that out. So I don't blame Kev Mack at all. Kev Mack is one of our best creators out here.
Shout out Kev Mack.
He's one of our most responsible content creators. But I do believe he slightly slipped on the Docton interview. At the end of the day, that's Docton's fault. That's his fault.
I don't know, man. You would have to do a lot of slicing and dicing in that interview because,
Well, it was a long interview, so he cut it up in part. In fact, you're right. I wouldn't even have sliced and diced that part. I just would have took that whole segment out.
What segment? Which part? Because he talked about having a thrill for killing.
Yeah.
And he said he bumped into evil from 8-9 families, He didn't care that he was a rival or a blood. He was like, man, I believe in the devil. He believe in the devil. He killed people. I kill people. Like, it was a lot that just sounded real sinister and real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it would have been a lot of slicing and dicing. Kev Mack would have had to do.
Yeah, probably. I'd have to go back and look at it. But again, I'm not putting the blame on Kev Mack for the
I know
RICO.
that.
For
I
the
know
RICO,
that.
it has nothing, you know.
I know that.
But I just want to just emphasize that Street TV ain't in nobody's RICO case and nobody's federal indictment, and I hope it remains that way. Now, let's just say I interviewed someone from 10 years ago, and he ends up getting charged for an old crime. Every once in a while, I know a dude that gets charged for an old crime, and you know, you never know if you're gonna get thrown into something. But so far, my channel's been off the radar when it comes to the feds.
I'm gonna say this, and the viewers could put this in whatever order they want to. Alex Alonso Street TV, Rap News Streets Politics, and Kev Mack, the top 3 channels that cover gangs. As Wiggins, he pulling up the rear, he growing. But Street TV, Kev Mack videos, and Rap News Street Politics, top 3 that's covering gangs.
Yeah, I think Rap News Street Politics is this top faceless channel, and there's about 5 or 6 that I could think of off the bat, and I actually don't like none of the other ones. I don't. But all right, man. There was this shooting in downtown L.A. on August 3rd, man. August 3rd. We all know what August 3rd represents here in L.A. It's a top hood day for our city because we got 2 hood. Not only is it 2 hoods share the same hood day, there are 2 significant hoods that share that day.
Right.
So I want to say that on a day like that, it's probably smart to just stay away. Stay away. Especially if you're my age, just stay away. Hey Alex, we doing our hood day. We want to invite you down. All right. I'll let y'all know. I've been invited to many hood days. Ain't no way I'm pulling up on nobody's hood day on August 3rd. No disrespect, but hey, those are 2 very established neighborhoods.
Well, you got A-Tray Gangster Crip, and then you got A-Tray Hoover, and they hood days is on the same day. A-Tray Gangster Crip, they hood day went successful without incident. A-Tray Hoover hood day didn't. Now, the reason why a person should have stayed away from A-Tray Hoover incident because they got a lot of Hoover on Hoover going on the internet. They beefing, they not agreeing. So my common sense would have told me, I ain't gonna go because I don't know what they got going on. A-Tray Gangster, there is no A-Tray Gangster Crips on the internet going back and forth with each other that's giving you like a telltale that it's trouble in paradise or whatever, unless you over there and you know what's going on with them, which none of us do. But I didn't hear nothing that bad came from A-Tray Gangster Hood Day. But unfortunately, A-Tray Hoover Hood Day ended bad.
Yeah, man, it's an unfortunate situation that happened in downtown LA where 8 people were shot, 2 people were killed. I want to read this article real quick and I'll play a video, but let me read this article from KTLA 5. It says here a total of 8 people were shot after a party in downtown Los Angeles overnight, and police say 2 of them are dead. The shooting took place around 1 a.m. Monday in the area of East 14th Place and Pacoima Street, according to the LAPD. The address provided by authorities is located in an industrial zone just north of the 10 freeway. LAPD officers had previously been in the area at 11 p.m. to shut the party down, but it wasn't immediately clear whether the gathering of people early Monday was connected to the earlier party that was shut down. One person was detained for possessing a firearm during that interaction. 2 hours later, officers returned to the area after a radio call of shots being fired. When they arrived, a large crowd was blocking the roadway. LAPD spokesperson said that in addition to the 2 decedents, 6 people were injured, including at least 1 in critical. The deceased victims were only described as a man and a woman. The former died at the scene while the latter was pronounced dead at the hospital. That's a pretty intense situation where 8 people are getting shot. My question is, and it didn't go into this, is that one person just letting loose, or was there a little back and forth action, which we'll find out in the days to come.
Right.
I got a clip from the news on this incident. Can we play clip 1?
A warehouse party turns deadly in downtown LA. 2 partygoers are killed, 6 others wounded. The gunfire causes a dangerous stampede as people ran for their lives. Police responded to the party hours earlier, shutting it down and even arresting one person who had a gun.
Yeah, but that didn't stop a deadly shooting later in the night. Carlos Aceto is live in downtown LA. He's got the latest on this. Carlos.
Hey there, this mass shooting happened overnight, just a few hours after police shut down a warehouse party here in downtown LA involving more than 50 people. Tonight, 2 of those people are now dead, including a father of 3. Mayhem overtakes a warehouse party in downtown LA overnight, just hours after LAPD officers shut it down. A large crowd is seen blocking the street on 14th Place near Griffith Avenue, and at one point police had to form a skirmish line to clear them away. It was just before 1 a.m. Monday when police were called out again after reports of shots being fired. A total of 8 people were struck, 2 of them killed, including Gregeory Derisso, a father of 3 young kids.
His friend mom called me, and I answered my phone, and she tell me bad news. I said, what the bad news, quiet? And they tell me she believe her son tell her my son got shot. And I've been telling them to stay away from her son.
Judner Derisso says his 29-year-old son was shot in the head. He remembers telling him not to come to these type of warehouse parties.
We hang up. I said, okay, have fun. I hang up, and that's what I hear about 2 in the morning. That's what I hear from my son.
A woman in her 50s died at the hospital. A motive for the shooting is unknown, but police say they initially responded around 11 o'clock Sunday night after detectives observed a man run into the party, possibly with a gun.
The officers did shut down that party and locked the location. And when officers cleared the scene shortly after, there was a radio call that was generated for shots fired.
The victims' ages range from 26 to 62. Police canvassed the area for surveillance video.
I hear some girl got shot. I know about a girl. It's a Hoover. I'm supposed to be a Hoover party, I think.
Hold on. What's the last party you said?
So far, no suspect.
All right, he said some girl got shot, a Hoover. That's supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be a Hoover party. Hey, is that a that's a Belizean accent, right?
Sound like Nigerian.
Yeah, I don't think it's Belizean.
Okay.
That sound like Nigerian to me.
Okay, it sounds like African to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, but the 29-year-old person was identified as Gregeory Derisso, Derisso. The 52-year-old woman has not been identified, but I'm sure by the time this episode drops, everybody's gonna know who she is.
Right.
Now, my question is, did they shut the party down at 11, wait for the police to leave, then restart it back up, and then got into it at 1 a.m.? Because it's 2 hours later from when they shut it down to when they got the shots called.
Yeah, they probably act like they was going to clear it out and then got back partying. That's what it sounded like.
Well, that's the dangers of a hood day. And here, let me just say this. 99% of hood days go without incident.
All right.
You just don't know when it's going to be that one. You don't know when it's going to be that one. But a majority of them, and I like when neighborhoods do their hood days in the daytime at a park.
Nah, but the tradition, daytime would be the park, nighttime the party.
Yeah, sometimes people.
Daytime the beach, nighttime the party.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
And sometimes people need to have like better security. You got to have someone standing at the post. And in the facility you're using, do you have it where you people come in and then you close the gate, or is it just like so open where people are coming in and out and there's no structure to the facility? Can anybody just walk up in your hood day? Was it the enemy that pulled up, or was this internal?
Yeah, we don't know. But I mean, shit. My hood day coming up September 2nd. And we're gonna make sure everybody get in and get out safe. You know what I'm saying? And people that they harbor ill feelings all year long and wait till one particular day to set it off. It be like a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? You got 365 days in a year. You could have got down with this dude last month, or did. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring it to a gathering where it's a lot of people at, and you put other people in danger, and that's buster and coward shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you think it's pretty traditional for most communities? They do their thing in the day, then they do another one at night.
Yeah. Everybody parlay, barbecue in the daytime, and then nighttime they shake ass and music be loud, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've recently was listening to some online content about Hood Days because we had Bear from 8-9 here talk about he's one of the founders of Hood Day.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards the Bear thing, right?
But the 7-4 Hoover thing does kind of make a little sense though.
No, because the 7-4 Hoover Day is on 4th of July and y'all already gathering.
Exactly. They're already gathering.
So that's different.
But it could mean that it morphed, like they gather every year on July 4th.
I can't help but to. Y'all popping fireworks.
Yeah. But then eventually it morphed into a Hood Day. So they might have been the first hoods to...
Hey, listen, bro. I got bros from Hoover. Shout out Trigger Bird. Bro. The birth of Hood Days, I believe, came from 8-9 East Coast and the boy Bear.
Yeah.
And the Hoovers is Inglewood family allies. We rock with them. But I got to tell the truth. Just me using my common sense, and it's documented. The news even covered it at one point. The 8-9, it's Bear and the 8-9 East Coasters, they got that. Now, just because y'all gathered on 4th of July and there's a gang of gangbangers there, that wasn't considered a Hood Day. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that them gathering annually on July 4th kind of sets a precedent for other hoods to gather annually. How about here? Let me say it like this.
You can't, bro. That's one. Look, 7-4 Day is a bad example because it's 4th of July. Y'all gathering anyway.
They're gathering anyways, but
so if it was another street that said that from Hoover, then we could be like, okay.
But they're also gathering because it's July 4th.
No, we don't know that. now they claiming that.
No, I believe that they would say this. I remember when I was a kid, 1983. I was only in LA for like 2 years. I was about 12 years old. I remember the ETG saying, "This is our year. This is our year. This is our year." Back in 1983.
Okay, now, my dad, my uncles, and all my dad homeboys, they from the east side. They from 8-9 Family Swan, and we was Christianed in this because they all celebrated because they had 8-9 babies, and I'm thinking it's deliberate. It's a lot of them have 8-9 babies. My uncles, my dad. And they celebrated because they from 8-9. And they was having 8-9 babies.
Yeah.
It was Christian in this shit, for real. But I got to give it to Bear and the 8-9 East Coasters, bro. As much as I hate to do it.
But I think a lot of dates were, in the early 80s, were associated with different sets. And I don't know when it started. I don't know, like, who... I distinctly remember 1983... being like A-Trade Gangsters was really popping it. This is our year.
Because of the year.
Because of the year. So, but I wonder if they were the first, because you have 1982, 1981. I don't think this was a thing in the 70s, 78, 79, 80. But
we got to bring Bear back.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it. And then I think I heard Monster Kody say before, like in 83, what he say, he started the Northside?
He might have started it around, let me see, in 1980. He was born.
I might got it wrong. I believe I heard him say he started Northside A-Trade in 1983.
I think he was born in 63. So he would have been 20 years old in 83. That might be about right. The Nutty North.
Nutty Northside.
But the North, I might say it might have got it started before then. The North has always been pretty known. I don't know when they stamped it the North, because Tookie lived on 69.
Northside A-Trade Gangsters became the more notable side and the more popular side. But I think back in '79 when they beef just started with the A-Trade, with the '60s, I could be wrong, but I don't think it was no Northside A-Track Gangster yet. It was just original West Side or West Side A-Track Gangster. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know when they stamped the North on it, but the North has always had a presence because of Tookie.
Mm-hmm.
Tookie lived on 69th,
Right.
and everybody kind of, circled around Tookie,
Mm-hmm.
and they would lift weights over there with Big Jack. Big Jack, who wasn't an A-Tray, and he wasn't a Crip, but Big Jack was a weightlifter that hung with Tookie, and he lived in the 60s, right where Tookie lived. So that took that, and then the Brims were right there too, and the Brims were very prominent in the 70s. So there was a little bit of button heads between the Brims and the A-Trays, which were the North Side. Well, I don't know when they stamped North on it, but that 60s section of A-Trays always had a huge presence.
I believe Master Kody said 83, but that's gonna be one of our fact checks for next week.
Yeah, but I think Bear might have that, the history of the Hood days. I think Bear got that, but the 7-4 thing is definitely something that morphed into Hood Day for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you, I don't know if they got. Here's the thing that people would say: do you guys have flyers? Do you guys have any written things to document when y'all was getting together to invite people? I guarantee you that the 7-4 Hoovers was saying July 4th, 7-4 back in the day.
Man, I think the Hoovers is looking back like we was outside.
Yeah.
We was deep on that. We was outside first. We was doing that first, but it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? It was just Hoovers that grouped up on 4th of July. That's what I believe.
Okay. We're going to get some, I'd love to follow up with some OG 7-4s.
Man, we need to get Bear in here. And then it was in. Now, not at two different times. That's the Adam 22 effect.
I think Tony Stacy. Tony Stacy's like a first generation Hoover. I'm trying to think if he was 7-4. I think he was 7-4.
Tony Stacy is 7-4 for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I think he won't be biased because he came from the East Side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get into this this police report that's been discussed all week from the no jumper beating. That I guess a lot of people kind of either forgot about it or didn't think the police were going to pursue it. But based on this 14-page report that was written in January, it is an older report. This is probably the first report generated on the no jumper beating. It clearly lets us know that this is getting pursued. This is getting pursued in a serious way.
More serious than what we thought
Yeah.
as far as charges go.
Yeah, more serious than what we thought. And I'm not so sure if I agree with the charges that they're recommending, and we'll talk about that at the end. But let's just go through some of the report, and then we'll talk about it. But initially, the report is written as an offense of attempted murder of JReed and a guy only identified as Marciano. We keep in mind, Marciano did not make a statement, but JReed did. So this is based on JReed coming forward to the Burbank Police Department. Suspect number 1, they wrote here Termaine Williams, but that's the mistake.
Typo.
Yeah, on other pages he's identified as Termaine. So Termaine Williams, a.k.a. the fake Loose Cannon, a.k.a. Loose Mills, a.k.a. I mean, how many AKs we got for this guy?
Ashley Cannon. Slow Cannon.
Termaine Ashley Cannon. He's suspect number 1. Suspect number 2 is not identified. Suspect number 3 is not identified. And keep in mind, this report was written on January 2nd. By now, believe you me, everyone in that parking lot has been identified. So this was written only days after the incident. But suspect 4 is very interesting. Suspect 4 is Cash Jones, Munch. Cash Jones is suspect 4. And then victim 1 is JReed. Okay, the narrative of the text. This is a police report written by Stephen McKishikin from the Burbank Police Department. I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong. Stephen Makshikian. That's an Armenian name. And, this is Burbank, so it's a lot of Armenians over there in the Glendale, Burbank area. Victim was assaulted by multiple suspects outside of a music podcast studio. One suspect struck the victim in the head multiple times with a firearm and pointed the firearm at the back of the head during the incident, while two other suspects removed valuables from his persons in excess of $5,000. Video of the incident is available. Page 3. Primary Officer Investigation, Stephen McShikian. This report is a summary of the investigation. Refer to my body-worn camera, which was uploaded to the incident for specific actions and statements. So that means when JReed walked into the Burbank Police Department, everything was videotaped off of Stephen McShikian's body camera. Hey, should we get that? Should we get that footage, Munch?
Mm-hmm. Sure should.
Anybody can get that footage right now.
Yeah, it got the date.
Yeah, the only way that
you need the time, you need the hour, the hour of the day though. Where
no, I got everything in this report is enough.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing I'm thinking is that they may decline the request for it because it's still under investigation.
Right.
That's the only reason. But once the case is over with, that JReed footage is gonna be all over the internet, bro, of him sitting there talking to the police. Okay, so on January 2nd, 2025, at approximately 15:30 hours, officer...
Hold on, January 2nd, 2025.
Yeah. That's a few days after the event.
January 3rd or 2nd? Let's get that.
Well, the police report is written January 3rd.
Okay, all right, so he went to the police station January 2nd.
Correct.
He got allegedly assaulted on the 26th of December.
Correct.
So you thought about this. You thought this through. Then you went to go tell.
It took you about 5 days to go. Let's see, the 27, 28, 29, 30, 31... 1, 2, 7 days to go tell.
So you thought this through. You sat on it. You like, this what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna tell.
I think that's a great point. I don't think nobody's really talking about that. It took you 1 week to go to the police.
Okay.
So that's
and I just want to note that he's supposed to be 11A gangster crib. So that's not street like to do what he did. But let's keep going.
But I don't think he's living a street life anymore. So is that relevant to you? That he used to be 11A gangster crib?
How do we know he's from 11A? Because he was on the phone with Wack.
He was on the phone.
He said, "You a blood, you a neighbor. I'm a gangster."
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No, you're not.
I'm like, Wack, you telling me what we doing? This is just that. This is just that. I ain't never did this. You talk me into it. I don't want to fuck with shit that's unstable. Then you gonna send me a picture of an old in a hospital bed? No, I'm on the streets. You ain't gonna about none of that. What that got to do with me, bro? What the fuck that? You laying in the hospital bed. You done signed the contract. Sunday, like you said, I wouldn't be calling you today to know that I'm in the hospital bed.
Hey, so wait, the whole time it was him holding up on the contract?
I'm dead on.
Bro, you pressing him so hard. I'm sitting there laughing.
That's how you know, bro. He stopped answering the phone for 2-3 weeks and then gonna tell me I was opening up some bill collecting shit in Atlanta. Bro, that's cool. What the fuck that got to do with the business, homie? I don't know nothing about, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't knowing. I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't never. My first time meeting was the first time you met him. I mean, the first time we met. You see what I'm saying? So like this. But I was already just telling Trav like, hey, bro.
Dash Network, academic, soul jumper, flash, No, we had to my nigga. Hey, my nigga, she ain't even answering my phone. He just fucked up a relationship, bro. And that's NBA YoungBoy manager because he brought the deal with the little Tim shit. You know what this gonna tell me? Wack. So you telling me little Tim is the one that shot King Bond? Oh, man. I thought you. I said, you dumbass.
Never.
We had 10 episodes, and we had it before Dunk even went to jail. You stopped answering the phone.
Hey, listen, I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm fine. I've been telling this nigga to push the button, bro. It's just a nigga in the way, bro.
Who in the way?
Man, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas be scared, man. You know what I'm saying? I just think Travis be holding out. I think Travis holding out, bro. That's all.
Yeah, I see. That's loose issue. I don't know. I'm gonna make sure that I take care of that. That's loose issue. I don't know nothing about that.
You know what I mean? I just think like when people don't understand business,
Yeah, you don't have to say anything no more. 6-0, I'm gonna break his face when I see him. Nigga, that shit is weird, cause this is the man you run around screaming his name. Yeah, I'm gonna break his face when I see him. Wait, these niggas is weird. I'm like, oh, what kind of shit?
And you know, I don't like being associated like that, cause you know what I mean. I don't like phone calls. You know what I mean. I don't like setting up situations, and it's got me looking funny because, like, you were Piru, you got Cannon from neighborhood, you got me from Gangsters. Like, come on, man, I'm all in the circle the wrong way.
Nigga, we been going hard on this shit about this shit.
I'm already knowing.
Okay, so I just want to note that he from 11A Gangster Crib. He thought about this and then a week later walked into the police station.
Now, can you imagine what was going on for that week he didn't go? He was talking to people. People were telling him, you was at No Jumper and you got beat. Are you going to sue? Well, if you're going to sue and try to get money, you got to file a report.
Is that how it goes? You got to file a report first?
It's kind of hard not to. You don't necessarily have to because a lot of people just go civil.
Because a lot of people do the civil thing.
Yeah.
And win, and then the same thing get charged in criminal court, and then they'll lose. So, did he have to go and holler at the police to do the civil thing?
I've noticed a lot of people just do civil cases.
Okay.
And they skip the criminal case. But it takes away from your credibility. It just makes it look like, oh, you're doing a money grab.
Okay, so people do that to strengthen the case.
Yeah, when you do this, when you have the criminal case that's followed by the civil case, way more stronger. Even though technically they're not supposed to be related, but in the public eye, it looks better. Okay, so he goes in on January 2nd. Officer Caldwell, Officer Makshikian, and them two, they responded to the front counter of the Burbank Police Department regarding a robbery report. Upon our arrival, we contacted Vic JReed. The following is a summary of the reported incident according to Reed. On January 26, Reed went to the location of No Jumper on Ontario Street in Burbank with PNI Cash Jones, PNI Adam Grand Mason, and sus Termaine Williams. Okay, so the next paragraph is Cash Jones' background and gang affiliation. Basically says he's a rapper, music manager, hip-hop commentator, and record executive who manages several artists. Jones admitted to being a member of the Pacoima Pirus with the moniker Lil Wack during a social media interview on December 6, 2023. Jones stated he got jumped into the gang when he was 12 years old. The Pirus are an Umbrella Street gang based out of Compton. So I'm not going to read that whole paragraph, but I'll put a link to this entire report in the description below. The next paragraph is...
Hold on, I'm going to say this. Forget about a gang enhancement. People, I'm going to tell y'all this now. That man is not from Piru, okay? And I ain't going to hold this up, but he's not from Piru. So take that to the bank. That's to the DA, the judge, whoever investigating. That man is not from Piru, so forget it. All right, keep going.
Oh, well, on page 1, there's a little box here for gang involvement, and they say no. So
right.
I don't think at this point, they're not looking at it as a gang thing.
Okay.
Williams, the next paragraph is about Termaine Williams and his gang affiliation. And this is a little weird. They have him down as a member of the A-Trade Gangsters, who eventually became a member of the Rolling 60s. During a social media interview, he said this on January 30th, 2024. I think that's a mistake. I think they heard that wrong.
Who is the gang expert out of Burbank? He said the A-Trade Gangsters who became a what?
There's got to be a few people over the years that hood hop between A-Trade and 6-0, though.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
No. They said the gang became the Rolling 60s.
Let me read this again. Williams is a member. Williams admitted to being a member of the A-Trades before eventually becoming a member of the 6-0s.
Okay, I heard that wrong.
I think they mean him, not the gang.
Woo, young gang Hefe ain't gonna like hearing this.
During a social media interview on January 30th, 2024. That would have been the first No Jumper interview on the Adam and Wack show. I don't recall him saying that.
No, the idiot said they lived in the A-Trades at one point.
Correct.
Right. He didn't ever say he was a member of the A-Trade Gangsters.
Okay, and then the next paragraph is about Adam Grand Mason, who's the host of No Jumper, who interviews underground mainstream hip-hop artists and pop culture-oriented guests. and numerous Blood and Crip gang members on the show, some of which have become violent against Grand Mason or other people present at the podcast studio during interviews. Grand Mason and Jones also host Adam and Wack Show, which appears to be associated with the No Jumper Show. On this podcast, the two discuss current events, topics pertaining to people in the entertainment industry. Victim statement by JReed. Reed stated that he has known Jones and Williams for approximately 3 months and has been working on a network deal to get them and Grand Mason their own show called The Exposers on a platform called Dosh Network that Reed is associated with. The Dosh Network is a new streaming platform launched in January 2023 that claims to display an array of talented stars and creators on the web and provides popular digital content and innovative business model that caters to its audience. Reed went to the location for the meeting and was not there to be on the No Jumper podcast. Reed arrived at the above location with his friend Marciano at approximately 1900 hours, that'd be 7 p.m. He was outside of the building in the breezeway for approximately 2 to 3 minutes before entering the studio. Upon entering the studio, Reed noticed the podcast came to an end and people inside, include Jones and Williams, were walking back out to the breezeway. Reed noticed about 15 people exit the building into the breezeway and exited as well. Once he was outside, Reed began speaking with Jones and Williams briefly about the Dosh Network, and this is all on video. This is where the beginning of that video starts. As Jones showed Reed something on his phone, Williams suddenly struck Reed straight onto the bridge of his nose. The force of the strike caused Reed to fall to the ground, landing on his back. At this point, Reed lost consciousness for an unknown amount of time and continued in and out of consciousness throughout the duration of the incident. At some point, Reed saw that Williams had a firearm, which he thought he saw Williams retrieve from the front pocket of his hoodie. He described the firearm as a pistol and believed it was possibly silver in color. However, he was unsure of the exact color as he had trouble recollecting certain details due to the loss of consciousness. Reed mentioned that he remembered being struck and kicked across his entire body by Williams and multiple other suspects, and even recalled being pistol whipped, struck with a firearm in the face by Williams several times. Reed did not know who the other suspects were and how many times each the person struck or kicked him, and only recognized Williams and Jones. Reed sustained multiple lacerations on his nose, head, neck, and face. He mentioned that he had bruising, swelling, redness, and suffered from severe headaches and loss of vision following the incident. On December 29th, that would have been 3 days later, Reed went to Martin Luther King Hospital for treatment, and they have a report number here to document the hospital visit. He was discharged. Noted Reed had head trauma, lacerations to his face, but would need advanced imaging, which they did not have at the hospital for further assessment. Reed provided a copy of the report, which I took pictures of and uploaded to the evidence.com. During the incident, Williams and other suspects removed the following items from Reed's person. That's basically his statement to the police. What do you think about that?
Well, there's some inconsistencies because he's supposed to have been in jail with Loose Cannon before.
Yeah.
But he say only known for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's an inconsistency. You know what I'm saying? And then
that could be the way. Here's the thing: the police have wrote this in an abbreviated way from the way Reed reported the incident.
Basically, like a little synopsis.
Yeah, this is a synopsis. So I can't say that JReed lied. JReed possibly could have said, I met bro in jail 10 years ago, but we recently started working, and I met up with him 3 months ago. And the police just kind of just abbreviate that, just put 3 months ago.
Okay.
That's how these reports are really condensed.
Okay.
So I ain't really tripping on that.
Well, other because that what you got is 14 pages other than what you read, like Wack, the social media stuff he said and the quotable things, that will get him in trouble. That alone was on camera when he getting his ass whooped. That won't get Wack in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That won't get Wack in trouble. Wack denies to know the dude, but the dude got a phone conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? So that works that work against Wack.
Correct.
And then this dude, JReed, he's on Megan's Law. So
irrelevant though.
No. I'm just talking about morally, ain't nobody gonna care that you got your ass whooped. But I mean, I guess, and then you thought this out because you waited 7 days, then went to the police station. Why you didn't go right away?
But he did go to the hospital how many days? Let me go.
So I'm saying they defense could say he only doing this to strengthen a civil case by going criminal because why he didn't go right away? He waited a whole week. He even waited after he went to the hospital and you was able to go. Well, why you didn't go right away to the police? Instead of waiting a week.
That's a great question.
So they defense gonna say this is a money grab, Your Honor. He want to strengthen his civil case. He could have came to Burbank shortly after. I don't care if it's 2 or 3, 4 days. He waited a complete week.
That is a great point. I'm texting JReed right now to tell him I have one question, and that's my question. If he was willing to answer the question, why wait 7 days, an entire week, to go to the police? And then also, why wait 3 days to go to the doctor? I would have went to the doctor the same night.
Well, the pain probably didn't go away. You could say that. Like, so he like, oh, yeah, man, it's unbearable.
That's a good reason, I guess. I guess that's a good excuse.
But us know what we know. Somebody said, man, go to the doctor, document this, document your injuries, and then go to the. I can't even say that somebody told him to go to the doctor because if somebody told him to go to the doctor for that reason, shortly after the doctor, he would have went right to the. He probably. Yeah, shortly after the doctor, you would have went to the police station and like knocked this out. But you sat there and thought about that, bro.
7 days.
Said 7 days. I could say you probably went to the doctor because you were still in pain, like it was some injuries, but you know.
Well, if you suffering from a concussion and you're going in and out of consciousness, I think you go straight to the hospital. You go straight to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a whoop out.
Yeah, but his motive to go after criminal charges is questionable based on you waited a week to go to the police.
Well, that is a question
because you felt threatened or I don't know because look, listen, you cried on Rick Rock, Compton Rick Rock platform before you went to the police. You knew how you felt way before then. Did somebody advise you to go to the police so you could document this, strengthen your case, so it could go better on the civil side?
That is a question that it's only important for the curiosity of people like ourselves. Legally, because of what was captured on the video and the assault to JReed, the law don't care that it took him 7 days to come report this.
My thing is, if you would have got your ass beat in the alley in any one of these hoods, East Coast Crips, Inglewood Family, in the 20s, would you have went to the police? But because is near or on no jumper grounds, is that why you went? Because it's a money grab? I don't know. I think if you would have wanted to just sue, you could have did the medical thing, got your medical records, and then went to your lawyer and went that way. If you wanted to keep your respect, you know what I'm saying? But you know.
Well, this is what makes it a robbery on page 6, and I don't know if these values are accurate, but the Michael Kors gold watch with diamond bezel, $700 off the left wrist. Gold chain necklace, $4,500.
People don't wear Michael Kors no more. So I wonder, was it $700?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who valued it at that?
I actually have a Michael Kors watch somewhere in my collection.
But now it's not valued that high. Michael Kors.
No, my Michael Kors watch only costs like $150.
Right, but when Michael Kors first came out, it probably was that.
Yeah,
bro, you didn't. Knock that value down, JReed.
But some of the Michael Kors purses, because I know I got a few for Steph. Mm-hmm. Some of them purses were like $500, $700, $800.
Right. Okay.
Sure. Okay. The neck chain for $4,500. A pair of diamond earrings, $1,000. Black Louis Vuitton satchel. I guess that's one of the over-the-shoulder bags or something. $500. Hey, Louis Vuitton satchel would be more than $500.
Hey, he wrote that down himself. He wrote down what was missing, and he put the value next to it.
Hey, anything Louis Vuitton is gonna start off like $1,000.
Not if it's fake. Hey, look, listen. He wrote the items down that was missing and put the value next to it himself.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
I could see why you'd say that because the values aren't matching up with the items.
He capped.
Rear pants pocket, a brown wallet containing a Bank of America credit card, both in Reed's name. He's putting the brown wallet is worth $50. That's possible.
See?
I don't think I would pay $50 for a wallet.
He capped.
But it's possible.
But he didn't even say the brand of the wallet, but it's $50.
Okay, so here is black Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max, $1,200.
What year was this?
This was 2024, January. I'm sorry, December 2024. I'm tripping. December 2024.
So the end of last year?
Yeah.
Apple 14?
Yep. Pro Max.
And it was valued at what?
$1,200.
Oh, that's a wobbler.
Also, when I've read these reports where the police are actually trying to encourage you to go on the higher estimate. You know, they're not going to tell you what to say, but they're like, "Are you sure that?" Let's say he would have said $1,000 for the phone. Cop might say, "You sure? Only $1,000? Let me look it up." No, I think those iPhone 14s are worth a little more than $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, just because they want the highest figure.
Yeah.
To be represented for the robbery.
Yeah, but see, I keep my phone as long as I can to just buy a case. So I can't even call it. I want to see when the 16 came out and all that shit, but I can't really think right now, but it's cool.
And then also you got to do the value of the phone based on how old it is, not the retail cost.
Right.
You know, so that $1,200 might be the retail value of the phone out the box, and the phone might be already 6 months old with wear and tear on it. Therefore, that's worth $700.
I doubt that 14 was worth $1,200. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hey, do me a quick favor. Look up how much iPhone 14 Pro Max is worth. iPhone 14 Pro Max. Okay, the suspect description, Termaine Williams. Reed described Williams as a black male, approximately 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. Reed could not call his clothing. Reed stated that he would recognize Williams and Jones if he were to see them again. However, he would not be able to recognize the other suspects due to his loss of consciousness and how fast the incident occurred. Reed stated that he was desirous of prosecution against Williams if he was able to be located, and he was desirous of prosecution against the other involved suspects if they were able to be identified or located. Reed stated that friend that went to the location with him, Marciano, was also assaulted during the same incident. However, he did not want to file a police report. Reed did not know Marciano's condition after the incident, did not have contact information for him, and did not know his last name or any other information about him except for the fact that he is approximately 60 years old. Okay, and then I just want to remind everyone, this is an old report from January. Things have changed in the last 7 to 8 months regarding this investigation. Things have been updated, so we don't know what Marciano, we don't know his last name. He failed to cooperate, but we don't know where that stands now. The next section is about the video. Viral video evidence. Reed mentioned there was a viral video of the incident posted on social media which had been recorded by an unknown person who was present at the location. Officer Caldwell and the officer that wrote this report were able to find the video on a social media platform X. The video is about 3 minutes and 22 seconds long and shows a majority of the incident to include the assault and robbery of Reed as well as the assault and robbery of Marciano. I downloaded the video and uploaded it to the evident.com. The following is a summary of what unfolds in the video. I'm not going to read that part because we've already seen that video multiple times. He just basically is narrating what we already saw. But it's pretty brutal. Let's see here. Additional suspect descriptions. And again, I will post the entire 14 pages in the description below if you're interested in reading the parts that I skipped out. But additional suspect descriptions. Unidentified suspect 1 is described as a black male, 30 to 35, years old, with short, curly, black hair and a full, thin beard, wearing a white and blue sweater and dark pants. I know who that is.
Another inconsistency. That man is not in his 30s. He's in his 40s. But if he lawyer up, man, maybe you'll be all right. But this only the like preliminary statement.
Yeah.
So like this ain't, you know what I'm saying?
This report is just. This is just a basic.
Keep in mind, Lewis Cannon told everybody he's 10 years younger than what he really is.
No. But this is not. This description wasn't of Termaine.
No, suspect number 1 is Termaine.
No, unknown suspect 1.
Oh, unknown. My bad.
Unknown suspect 1.
Okay.
So unknown suspect 1 is black male, 30 to 35, with short, curly black hair and a full, thin beard, wearing a white and blue sweater and dark pants.
Damn, he was giving up everything.
Yeah. Well, no. This is based on the video. This is the police.
Oh, okay. This is not Jay.
No, that's not JReed. This is the police watching the video and identifying people.
Okay.
And then unknown suspect number 2, which is really in this paperwork they call it sus 1. They call them both. There's a lot of typos in this report, by the way. I'm calling this sus 1 unknown suspect 1, and then they also call sus 1. That's the unknown suspect 2, which is this was an easy one to identify. You're gonna know who this one is, Munchie. Unknown suspect 2. It doesn't say unknown suspect 2 what I'm reading, but that's what they mean. Is described as a black male, 20 to 25 years old, with dreadlock-style hair along the center of his head and sides of his head shaving, wearing a red hooded sweater, blue shorts, and red and white shoes.
Yeah,
you remember who that is?
Yeah, we ain't gonna say his name.
You don't want to say his name?
No, we ain't gonna say his name.
It's already so obvious, though.
Yeah, we know that.
It's already so obvious.
Fucking Tubi actor. Yeah.
So both of these two dudes, by the way, they're going to prison. But Munchie don't want to say their names, so we won't do that.
Say their names.
Yeah.
I just think Wack got a lawyer up on this case because Wack could be
he's suspect 4.
Yeah. But Wack. It ain't strong on Wack as far as this go. It's not strong, but the only thing that will make it strong because if Ashley Cannon be like he made us do it. That's the only way. Other than that, it's not strong on Wack at all.
Yeah, actually, I think the way that the police are supposed to write this part, since the first page has suspect 1 as Wack, as Termaine, and suspect 4 as Cash Jones. I think this is supposed to be suspect 2 unknown and suspect 3 unknown.
But they going by participation.
I don't know how they're numbering this, but the first page says suspect 1 and suspect 4. There's no 2 and 3 on the first page.
But the people they describing with 2 and 3, I think they participated I think on. So and he don't know their names and like that. And then when they get to 4, he know his name. You know what I'm saying?
Well, these 2 unknown suspects are described on page 8 and page 9. Munchie don't want to identify them, so I'm going to respect that for now. I might do a video later where I'm identifying them all because they've already been identified. But I will say this. Going to church and getting baptized is not going to save you from an arrest. We'll leave it at that. Mm-hmm. Okay, the next section is related Burbank Police Department call for service. Now, check this out. This is interesting. This police officer wrote, it should be noted that a call for service was generated.
Don't say the address.
Wait up.
Don't say the numbers.
No, I won't say the address.
All right.
It should be noted that a call for service was generated to this incident on the night of December 26th at approximately 19:37 hours. So that would be 37 minutes later, when a reporting party called from the same street, but a couple buildings over, after a subject approached the business and stated he was assaulted in a parking lot. So basically, JReed stumbled over to another property.
So that call was made 37 minutes later. He was there 3 minutes before the ass beating. So you got your ass whooped for 34 minutes damn near. And I'm gonna trim it down to 31. Because, you have to get yourself together, get down to wherever you got to where you went, and then call the police. So you literally got your ass beat for 30 minutes.
Well, I don't know if when they say 1,900 hours early in the report, we don't know how accurate that is.
Woo!
Yeah, but they're saying approximately 1,900 hours.
God damn.
But this phone call has an exact timestamp. That's why it says 1937.
JReed is supposed to become a Crip again and go ride, bro.
Okay, so basically, JReed stumbled into another property. They called 911. And then the follow-up crime scene, right after the 911 call, Sergeant Snowden, Lindquist, and Caldwell Andrews, and the officer that wrote this report, 4 different cops pulled up to the no jumper parking lot breezeway with all their cameras on, with all their body cameras on, to canvass the area. And what they found was they found blood splatter. There's a fence line gate with barbed wire on the top of that closes off the breezeway access. And the building directly north has a garage door with 2 yellow posts approximately center of the breezeway that is seen. We canvassed the breezeway and found multiple locations with blood splatter, which matched the areas where Reed was being assaulted in the video. We observed blood on the northeast wall of the breezeway, as well as the garage door. There was additional blood located in the entire route of Reed's escape, where he was stumbling away on the southeast wall and a window of the breezeway until the point he reached the sidewalk. We located a camera on the southeast wall of the breezeway connected to the building of where No Jumper's at. At the scene, we located a razor blade among the blood splatter where Reed was seen lying on the ground for a majority of the video, as well as a used cigarette butt and a piece of a joint near the wall. I collected both these items using a black nitrate gloves and placed them into individual brown paper bags, sealing them with evidence tape. I later booked the above items into evidence, and you know they're using that to collect DNA. If that was a fresh blunt, your DNA is now in the database for this case. Okay, follow-up of Termaine Williams' response, his stupid video. In fact, can we play clip number 1 of Termaine Williams? Clip number 1 of Termaine Williams. Just play that real quick.
Around what happened at No Jumper, y'all have to understand this, right? I don't run fake plays. I don't run the imaginary content that y'all be thinking that somebody's gonna just run and try to set somebody up and pay somebody to take a whooping. It don't work like that with me. I'm raw, I'm authentic. I'm real. I am sometimes too real. See, when y'all be cloud chasing and acting like y'all really want a problem, I'm gonna give it to you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give it to you. Sweetie! Sweetie! This is what happens when people cloud chase.
It says here in the report, the video is 7 minutes and 12 seconds long, and in the video, Williams refers to the incident with Reed and posts a short clip at the end with a portion of it confirming he is speaking about the incident. The following are some transcriptions of the video. Listen, I know y'all thinking about me, the footage that's going around, and what happened at No Jumper. You have to understand, right? I don't run fake plays. Okay, I just played that part. So let's go to the beginning. We doing an Adam and Wack show. Adam is leaving the building. Adam, in fact, play the Termaine clip number 2. That's going to cover the rest of this page.
We doing the Adam and Wack show. Adam is leaving the building. Adam FaceTime Wack. Hey, Wack, it's 2 people that's, wandering around the parking lot. You know who they are? And Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at them. So I walk out, right? I walk out with the dude, and he was like, man, I got a problem with Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack about what? Yeah, I just got a problem with him. I'm like, you do? So I called Wack over there. Wack, come over here. Dude was like, man, you running this type of content and stuff like that. And Wack was like, what content? Wack pulled out his phone. Once Wack pulled out the phone, he was like, oh, this content? And then the dude was like, everything is not content. I said, you right. So, y'all see the results.
And then it continues in this report where Termaine says, bro, I told you I was big useless enforcer. I kept him safe. I kept a lot of people safe. Dead homies. Like, I'm not going. I don't seem like I'm the toughest. Y'all be saying, like, he don't look like a killer. But what a killer look like? Because I stand on everything. Because I'm not a marshmallow, sugar plum, soft sugar, cookie, mayonnaise, yogurt, cottage cheese soft. This is what they are. They are Hawaiian roll soft. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is actually in this police report. His
confession,
his admonition on Sharice Mills' YouTube channel. Hey, Sharice Mills, you should have deleted that video. Like, if you would have deleted the video the day of the day he posted this December 27th. If you would have deleted this video and said, nah, this is not a good look, the police would have never been able to watch it on January 3rd or January 2nd or the 3rd. Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to watch it. But you guys left all these incriminating videos up there, and they're going to be used against him in federal court, straight up. Let me see, what else should I include here? Okay, so the investigation conclusion is that this is the hardest, the most serious part of the report. Based on the totality of the investigation, to include the following, I determined that Termaine Williams was in violation of 664-187A PC, which is attempted murder. Williams took at least one direct but ineffective step towards killing another person, Reed. And Williams intended to kill that person, Reed. Investigation conclusion of robbery. Based on the totality of the investigation, to include the following, I determined that Williams, the I is Officer Markishian. Let me make sure I'm saying this guy's name right. I keep saying I don't want people to think I'm saying this. Stephen Makshikian. Stephen Makshikian determines that Williams, unknown suspect 1, unknown suspect 2 were in violation of 211 PC. That's the robbery penal code. The suspects took property that were not their own. The property was in possession of Reed. The property was taken from another person. The property was taken against their will. Suspects used force and fear to take property or to prevent the person from resisting. And when the suspects used force and fear, they intended to deprive Reed of the property permanently or to remove the property from Reed's possession for so extended period of time that Reed would be deprived of a major portion of the value or enjoyment of the property. And that concludes the report. Page 14 is actually blank.
Well, that blank page is for somebody, okay? That blank page is for people names and descriptions to go on. Okay, now, since you such a 200 millionaire, right, Adam? I mean, not Adam, what's Crater Face name? Wack?
Cashless.
Woo!
I just came up with that.
Okay.
Hey, bro, I just came up with that.
Cashless Jones. Look, you need to lawyer up your boy because you took it upon yourself to bring a watch back on camera.
Merry Christmas on, that's a Thursday, 9 o'clock a.m. What up? I'm dropping off your Christmas gift today at 5 p.m. when Wack gets there, King. You said, oh shit, okay, thanks, G. This, y'all communicate. I don't know.
Yeah, he brought me some French Bulldog hoodies.
So what I'm telling
Somehow that doesn't correlate with me being accepting of him committing a violent assault.
Okay, I've learned to respect you as a brother, so I just don't think I don't want to be there. I can go anywhere I want. I am well prepared and equipped to go any fucking where I want. But depending on the politics of the situation, I won't do it. Now, I did the best I can. I put out an APB. I said, who got the watch?
Whose watch is that?
I guess this is dude watch. It's a fake Michael Kors.
I was gonna say that's a $20 watch in Santee Alley.
It's fake Michael Kors. It ain't
How you gonna have a fake Michael Kors?
It don't even look at it.
Don't
Real
even Michael Kors.
It don't
is
even
bootsy.
say the S. It just say core.
Yeah, it's kind of,
Are you serious?
Michael Hardcore. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So look, bro. Listen. Bro, listen. You come get your shit or whatever.
I feel like this is not analogous with the other stuff that you're saying. You're saying that the way that you and Luce, et cetera, responded was entirely defensive, but then you're also on here showing off his watch.
No, I'm saying I put out an APB to find it.
You returned that Michael Kors watch back on camera, so I think as a real ninja, allegedly, allegedly claimed, self-proclaimed alleged ninja, you need to help this person lawyer up since you took it upon yourself to take a watch and bring it back on camera in front of 5 million subscribers. I just feel because 211 PC is on here. So I don't know who getting charged with a 211. I don't know. But just to cover all bases, cashless, I think you should lawyer up for that possible person. And that's all I got to say. Cashless.
Cashless Jones. Okay, so let's play real quick. I want to play a couple of clips from Cashless responding to this report. Of course, he wants to deny all involvement, but we know for a fact that suspect 1, Termaine Williams, unknown suspect 2, and unknown suspect 3 are being recommended for the charges that we just read. That's 3 people, and this is an old report. Keep in mind, this is an old report, and I'm going to sit here and say I think at least 5 or 6 people are ultimately going to get indicted when this entire investigation is complete. But let's go to the first clip of Wack. Wack clip number 1.
It comes to my attention that you actually went to the Burbank Police Department and lied to these people and told these people that you came to No Jumper for a business meeting. Only have business meetings with one person in No Jumper, and that's Adam. I don't use No Jumper as a meet place. I use an office, my attorney's office, my own office. Oh, the individual office I'm discussing the business with. We got 121 people in here. We're gonna get to it. Let's get them in here because I am not reading this over again. I'm gonna do a read for y'all. This is your guy, JReed. Compton, Rick Rock, the rest of y'all, this is what well, he's a Crip. JReed's a Crip. I found that out when I heard him say it's set. I don't know the dude. I found it out that night. Not that I give a damn, could care less, but he from like Hawthorne, Crip, something, I don't know, 11-8 Hawthorne, I don't know, even something I ain't never heard of, right? But that's his damn business. I don't give a damn where nobody from personally. I've been telling y'all for 20 years, I'm not a gangbanger. I don't care where nobody from, really. The value of gang.
Okay, so you can tell the propaganda is already starting.
Man, first of all, you know where he from because he told you on the phone that he's a neighborhood, he's a blood, he's a gangster. He said that on the phone call with you.
Correct.
That's for 1. And for 2, damn, I lost it. But either way, you trying to play PR, man. You should have. The best defense is silence.
I think that your next point was probably going to be, you keep saying you ain't a Piru for 20 years, but you want to play gangster at the same time.
No, you keep saying you're not a gangbanger, and I keep telling you, you're not a member or a gangbanger, and you keep trying to debate that with me. You're trying to combat that. I agree with you. I agree with you. You're not that.
You haven't been a member of Pacoima Piru Bloods since you got arrested in 1993 when you were 16. You know what? I'll take that back. When you did your time in prison, I'll give you the 5 years you were in prison, YA and prison, you were Pacoima Piru Blood. But when you were released in 1993, you were 22 years old. You ain't been a Pacoima Blood Piru since you were 22 years old. Oh, I said it wrong. A Pacoima Piru Blood. 2 P's and a B. You haven't been a Pacoima Piru Blood since you were 22.
Okay, so this the example I would like to set. You got Christians, okay, then you got individual churches. If your church don't accept you, is either you gonna go to another church or you just go accept your church don't accept you. If your church don't accept you, I mean, is you a Christian? By faith, or I mean, because you're not I mean, if the Christians don't accept you, then what do that mean? Are you a Christian?
I don't think that one church can strip you from your Christianity because I don't think it's a good analogy because it's religion.
Okay.
It's
well,
faith based.
No. Okay, all right. It's faith. I'm gonna keep it the same then. Okay, he claimed Piru, but Piru don't accept you. So, all right, I'm gonna keep it the same with that.
Okay, but he said he hadn't been one for 20 years. He's 48 now, so 20 years ago he was 28. But we'll be more concise. We'll say since you was 22, since for 26 years, you ain't been a Piru. I think that's the more accurate assessment.
Not to hold us up, we ain't nobody trying to make like gangbanging is a milestone or accomplishment at all. But you hang your hat on that because you put everything on Piru or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think these clips that he put out on his own channel is his effort to try to deflect and try to distance himself from the responsibility of his participation in that parking lot, because he knows the feds are coming. He knows the feds are coming, and they might be coming for you possibly. Play clip number 2 of the Wack video.
Victim statement, JReed. Reed stated that he has known Jones and Williams for approximately 3 months and has been working on a network. Now let's stop right there. JReed, you forgot you went on Rick Rock's podcast and told the world that you and Loose Cannon go back 10, 15 years. Y'all was locked up together in San Bernardino County. Come on, man, like what you doing to yourself? And I've been working on a network deal to get them and Grand Mason their own show called The Exposers. This Negro got imagination. On a platform called Dosh Network that Reed is associated with. The Dosh Network is a new streaming platform that launches in January 2023 that claims to display an array of talented stars and creators on the web and provides the popular digital content and innovative business model that caters to its audience. Reed went to the location for the meeting and was not there to be on the No Jumper podcast. Whoa, okay. First of all, The Exposers is not a TV show. Second of all, I partner with Dosh. I don't know nothing about you. Loose Cannon ain't even a partner with Dosh. You say you came down there December 26th for a meeting. My contracts with Dosh was signed at the top of November, almost a month prior to. I don't know who called you down there, how you got there, how you got the address to get there. But I guess we'll get to that. Reed arrived.
Okay, so he's continuing the deflection. In the first clip that we played, he said he don't have no meetings up there at No Jumper, but he did have a meeting scheduled with the guy named Mozzie from Dosh.
Hey, look, this how I know he cashless and he broke, right? No. All right, this how I know this, right? And then I'm gonna say this ain't completely Wack fault. It is, but it ain't. Okay, this how I know he broke, cause you dealing with people like Travis Ford. Travis Ford ain't no exec. No way, no how. No way, no how. He's not an exec. Okay, now this where Wack is not in the wrong. Travis Ford, he telling people, oh yeah, we go do this, we go do that. And Travis Ford is talking to this bum JReed. Travis Ford telling him we could do this, we could do that, and trying to act like he could have some stake in this, bro. Because Travis Ford bum ass then DM me talking about, do I got any homegirls he could give him a show and all that, and I left him right there in the DM. I don't want no parts with you at all or Dosh Network. So now I believe this JReed dude was his +1, and he got JReed feeling important. And guess what? Even though Travis Ford didn't come, JReed thought I could still pull up. Cause guess what? Travis Ford got him feeling empowered, and you ain't got the authority to do that. So now here go the fault on Wack. You dealing with people the likes of JReed. JReed not even in a position of middleman anything. He's not even a business type person. He's not even that. So if you wasn't even talking to Mozzie, or Mozzie wasn't supposed to pull up, it shouldn't have been nobody. Travis Ford not business savvy at all. Travis Ford trying to empower bums, dropout gang members, and people that hang outside of liquor stores. and tell them they could do something with Dodge Network. Travis Ford need a fake executive DP. That's who you need to be mad at, Wack. Travis Ford.
But also, Loose Cannon kept texting JReed, when are you getting here? When you getting here? Loose Cannon, Termaine Williams knew JReed was still pulling up, and they kept texting him when they were going to pull up because they knew they were going to line him up.
Either way, Wack, as him self-proclaiming to be this exec, you should have told Mozzie, hey man, who is this guy? Travis Ford. Who is this guy? And what do we got to do with what? If it ain't just with you, I don't want to talk. Cause you got people like Travis Ford that's pulling other people in. That's on Megan's Law and that failed game banging because he's not an active member or not. I don't even think the 11 Gangsters claim him, and he just want to be a part of something. And what value would JReed even bring to Dodge Network? Do we got anything that do with the marketing team, or what value do JReed bring? So you got weirdos like Travis Ford that's dragging weirdos along, just like he had a parking lot full of gangbangers with a cake outside of No Jumper.
Yeah, that was
like Travis Ford is a weirdo, and Wack, it's your fault.
All right, you said enough about Travis Ford.
Nah, it's Wack, bro. All right, I would say the same thing about you if you found this dude named Bubba, and Bubba say he got some things going on with Zeus. And why they I would say the same thing about you, bro.
Okay, but then why was Wack, Fake Cannon, and JReed all having a business phone call that JReed recorded like a month prior?
Right.
Like if they was all working together.
Because Travis Ford put them together, and that's where Wack come. Wack, you not the person you say you are, because you act like you closing these deals and you be in rooms that people can't go in, but you deal with low tier people.
Yeah, because he crossed all the people that he was dealing with, 6, 7, 8 years ago, where he was really making deals. None of those people mess with him anymore. So now he's dealing with.
Listen, the platforms he go on be on a small scale. We're not talking about Vlad. We're not talking about No Jumper. We're not even talking about Ken Capone. But he messed with platforms and going platforms that nobody's gonna see.
Well, he did go on that Danza Project show. That's a pretty big platform.
Okay.
With Charleston White. What I think is Wack wants to just hit as many platforms as he can because he thinks it's going to make him more viral. So if you're a small platform, reach out to bro. He'll come on your show.
Man, we got Breakfast Club. We got Joe Budden Podcast. Wallow and Gilly and Wallow, whatever order it go in. You got your boyfriend Jason Lee. Excuse me, that might be defamatory. Excuse me, your friend Jason Lee. You own Vlad, but you go down and you I ain't about to say nothing bad about nobody, but the platforms I see him on, I wouldn't go on.
Yeah, I know exactly which platforms that you might be alluding to.
What? I wouldn't be caught dead on there. So I'm like, damn, and I'm the little guy. He called me the little guy.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And you were doing far more views on YouTube before he ever even hit the scene on YouTube.
Right.
Go look it up. Cashless Jones.
Right. The interview when Alex Alonso initially interviewed me in 2016 when I first met him, it got over 300K views. So me and Alex Alonso wasn't brought together because you argued with us on Clubhouse, and then we joined forces because of that. Come on, bro. But whoever believes in Santa Claus, believe in it. That's cool. But that's stupid. We were having pre-existing talks about doing podding, and it was the question about getting the co-host, and we found out we put it together.
Dude is I made him like me packing Alex Alonso up, and then 3 days later packing him up on Clubhouse. These niggas went and cried on each other's shoulder and came together, so I really looked out for him. So I packed Alex Alonso up. Like, the niggas blame Rockstar for it. Rockstar like, man, and Rockstar didn't lie to the nigga. Like, I can't control what Wack go do on the floor. I packed that nigga up, embarrassed him bad, to a point he reported everybody's page for putting this shit up. 3 days later, I did Munchie B the same way. 5 days later, them niggas was on the show together.
Like, people just, I'm saying, but shout out to the exec.
Hey, our connection right now is almost a decade old.
Right.
And Munchie been going viral on YouTube without having to lie. The only way Wack 100 goes viral, the only way you get views, Cashless Jones, is if you're talking about something sensational. You can't just talk about growing up in Pacoima and being a Pacoima Piru blood.
But what's interesting about shooting somebody with a BB gun? That's not gangster, bro.
All right. We got 2 more quick clips. Play the Wack clip number 3.
Got there, how you got the address to get there. But I guess we'll get to that. Reed arrived at the above location with his friend Marciano at approximately 7 o'clock. Now, if you watch the No Jumper show that starts at 5 o'clock, you always see at about 6:37, Adam says, I have to get home to my kid. It's been like that for 2 years. So there's no way you came down there to do a podcast interview or have a meeting with me and Adam, knowing that this man vacates the building 6:45-7. He was outside of the building in the breezeway, I guess that's the alleyway, for approximately 2 to 3 minutes before entering the studio. Now that I remember. I remember seeing 2 people walk in the studio. I didn't know who the hell it was. And I immediately said, hey, building's closed. We out of here. Everybody gotta leave. Upon entering the studio, JReed noticed the podcast came to an end. You didn't notice that because you never seen us in the podcast room. And people inside, to include Jones and Williams, were walking back out to the alleyway, the breezeway. Oh, I'm glad you remember that. I don't even know how the door got buzzed. Maybe Donnie or somebody was going out to their vehicle, but I do remember we was clearing the building. Reed noticed about 15 people exit the building into the breezeway as well. Once he was outside, Reed began speaking with Jones and Williams briefly about the Dash network. As Jones showed Reed something on his phone, Williams suddenly struck Reed straight onto the bridge of his nose. The force of the strike caused Reed to fall to the ground, landing on his back. Well, you're forgetting a big old part in there. Before I came out, I got a call from Adam telling me it's 2 people in the back, and was I expecting company? I told him no, all my people here with me. Same people always here with me. Luce had a bunch of people. I thought it was maybe his people. Told him to go out and check. So you and Luce was already out there having a conversation. Your good old friend that you've been knowing 10, 15 years back from San Bernardino County Jail. Remember you?
Hey, when Adam told Cashless Jones that there's 2 people back here, according to Adam, his response was, oh yeah, they with me. Now he's denying having any knowledge of these 2 people that were on the premises.
Well, you see, I get home to my kids. Y'all shit pre-recorded, so people don't know what time that is, dumbass.
Yeah.
Y'all shit pre-recorded. Now, I go live with Adam for 3.5, 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? And if he do, like, I got to get home and be around like 7:30, and then or we go all the way to like 8 o'clock, a little bit more than 8 o'clock. Why you putting the times? Your shit is pre-recorded on a Thursday and it come out on Sunday. The viewers don't know what time he's saying he got to get up out of here. Shut your bitch ass. My bad.
Yeah, he
We gotta stay, but shut up, man. You sound dumb, bro. Why did he even get on here? Can he afford? He really cashless. Because your lawyer didn't advise you to do this. He can't have no representation.
No, he doesn't. And there's a big chance that you're going to get charged in this indictment under some sort of conspiracy case, especially if your boy Termaine Williams decides to cooperate. And there's a big chance that they go to him and say, look, do you want to do 20 years for the Hobbs Act? Because the feds are known to giving people 20 years for the Hobbs Act. It's at their discretion. There's no minimum. They can give you 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years at the max for the Hobbs Act. And it don't matter how serious it is. That's just the range. Do you want to do the 20 years for the Hobbs Act, Mr. Termaine Williams? Or do you want to do something more like 5 years and cooperate in the no jumper beating? I guarantee you that is being presented to Mr. Williams.
I don't know, but why did he get on the camera even like producing this like to the world?
It just shows that his lack of understanding the law. Like if I'm him, I'm looking at this page as saying I might get charged. Let me call my lawyer, Alex Kessel, the one you be bragging about. Have you talked to Alex Kessel yet?
Because he didn't advise him to get on here and say this shit.
Yeah,
this shit is dumb.
I know who Alex Kessel is very well. He is a very seasoned attorney. He is very effective, and he has defended different gang cases over the years successfully. Alex Kessel would have told your ass to stay off of YouTube. Don't even talk about this report.
That's dumb. Because what you saying, bro, I don't know. I don't understand.
All right, play the last clip.
Our theory that Loose Cannon is definitely working with the police supports that because you had 3 cases with no goddamn court dates. Gigi confirmed one. I had no idea you had a gun case of 2022. And what's crazy is you really running around comfortable getting on podcasts, you on YouTube. Bro, you on the run. I even seen you promote going to host a show in New York. Ain't no way you on the run for a possession of a gun, domestic violence by strangulation, and a fraud case in Orange County. No, a GTI, Grand Theft Auto, stolen vehicle in Orange County, and you running around here on POC. Bro, it's only one thing gonna make you comfortable to do that. You got a handler, you already working. I really think they really locked you up because you was getting out of hand. Like, this last incident, they like, yo, this dude felt like he could do whatever he want, and some of this responsibility may fall back on us if it comes out that we're working with the dude and we allowing him to stay out. Like, this is different. And now you on YouTube still on the same channel talking about you about to get out, like you got no worries in the world. They mentioning me and Adam on there for the civil suit side. The criminal side is you, suspect 1 and suspect 2, per your video. They don't have their names, so suspect 1 and suspect 2.
Okay. There's a paragraph in this report I didn't read, which has Termaine Williams's outstanding cases. It says here, utilizing department resources. This is on page 11 of this report. Officer Caldwell identified Termaine Williams. A record check revealed Williams has multiple outstanding warrants for his arrest out of Riverside County for felon in possession of firearm and felony domestic violence. That's the case against Gigi, Jasmine Adams, as well as an Orange County for Grand Theft Auto, which I was unaware of. So there is a slight chance they're getting these twins confused, but I know for a fact that the second case here, the domestic violence, that's the Gigi case. I don't know about this firearm, and I don't know about this Grand Theft Auto, but eventually we'll find out. But in response to that last clip, Cashless Jones is responsible for all the things that this guy said on the internet. You brought him on to say these things, and then you brought him on to repeat. What did you say? Wait, 30 minutes before Nip got killed? What? Say that again? You know, he is the one that encouraged Termaine to speak on all these things. He is the one that brought him to No Jumper to speak on all these things. And now it's just not, now it's convenient to criticize him for speaking all these things because now y'all are mentioned in this Burbank report.
Well, I got 3 key things I want to point out. For one, You said you was his handler. You saying he got a handler. You said you self-admitted out your mouth. You said I'm his. Everybody have a handler. I'm his handler. That's for one. For two, don't act like you didn't know he didn't have no outstanding warrants because you was back on Fig, sitting right next to him when y'all talked about it. Y'all even placed the blame on Alex Alonso, the reason why he got an outstanding warrant. Talking about, I'm on the run because he called my PO. Y'all set that on back on Fig. You been knowing that man was on the run.
He's so close to you. He like, hold on, I just got this deal for 1.1. You want to fuck with it?
No, watch this.
No.
No. He's not going to tell you that.
You know the crazy part? Hey, when I found out, the nigga tried to turn me in. He sent a video to Alex Alonso, Alex Alonso, and then he sent it to my probation officer, and now I have warrants for my arrest. Dead homies. They trying to get me locked up because I know too much.
And for three, to Gigi, why are you talking to this man? He's a weirdo, a creep, and Gigi, stay away from him. And that's all I got to say on that.
Nah, Gigi ain't talking to Wack no more.
No, whether she is or ain't.
Yeah.
Just to put it on record, Gigi don't even communicate with the credit face dude.
No, I mean, there was a point where Gigi didn't really know. You know, Gigi ain't really in the space that much at that point. Mm-hmm. But now she understands completely. So if you see her socializing with Wack now, then you could be highly critical of it. But I do not expect or foresee Gigi interacting with Cashless Jones again.
Yeah, and I rock with Gigi. I'm just giving her a heads up, like, he bad news, bro. Stay away from him.
Definitely. And that concludes the report, man. It's just this is, again, old report, January of 2025. We all know that this is now in the Fed's hands. This was also on page.
It don't say Feds though. Burbank.
It's in the Fed's hands because if you go back to page 51 of Big U's complaint.
No. But that's like intel that you know and that intelligence that you got. Like people
no. This is
together. You got to tell the viewers how that go.
All you gotta do is read Big U's complaint, and on page 52 they're using everything that we just read. On page 51 and 52 of Big U's complaint. They're saying they're putting stuff that's in this report in Big U's federal complaint.
Okay.
So now that we know for a fact this is in the Fed's hands now.
Okay, no, now the viewers heard it.
Yeah.
But as of like for what's in what you read, that's Burbank.
This is all Burbank. This is local. As of this writing, January 2nd, it was just a state case.
Right.
But I think it's fair to assume it is no longer just a state case.
Mm-hmm.
And we will know in the very near future. We're going to wrap up this episode of Straight Politicking. Let everybody know where they can tap in with you on your new platform.
Morals Over Money TV. No spaces, all just bunched together. Morals Over Money TV, YouTube channel. Find me there. Help me run it up and rebuild. Because you got people praying on my downfall, but my mistake, and it is what it is.
Alex Alonso, 101 on all platforms. You can listen to this if you don't want to watch it on Spotify, Apple, or iHeart, or all of the podcast platforms. All the clips will be on the Street TV YouTube channel, and we out.
Peace.